Greetings and welcome to this episode of
Healing Courageously.
That way I can't mess it up.
Yeah,
can
I say it with you.
Yeah. So instead of healing
You
courageously.
sound like a little squealer. Little squealing mouse. Healing.
Oh yeah, okay,
courageously.
whatever. Hey, well, welcome to the new year.
Yes.
2023.
2023.
And 2022 is gone and past us.
Yep.
Quickly it came and passed. I know you and I have had a lot of changes this year, especially in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And it came very quick.
Yeah, sure did.
And
all been good.
It's all been good. Yeah.
Little growing
all
pains.
Been, yeah.
Little growing pains here and there,
Growing
but I think
pains.
that's expected when you make that kind of a change that we have made.
Right.
But we're finding our niche.
We're finding our niche, exactly. So we're developing in a community. We found a church that we're going to.
Yep.
So
We like our church.
we had a nice meeting today with them about the freedom groups that we're going to facilitate for them. And then after that, we'll have the recovery groups going.
Yeah.
So
So we're looking forward to doing what God's called us to do.
exactly. And we're doing it in God's time, not ours, which
Yeah.
makes it a whole lot better. We're not all, neither one of us are all angst out.
No,
which is
not at
kind
all.
of-
Not at all.
So we're looking forward to what the year 2023 does bring to us. And I know that we, as the Healing Courageously podcast, we got a great month for you this month. And then
Yeah.
we got a great month in February already.
Yeah, we've got February lined up,
And
but
we actually have April lined up.
Yeah.
We just got to fill in.
we got to get March in there.
Yeah, get March in there. So,
But yeah, no, January is going to be a great month. We talk about, everybody talks about a new year and New Year's resolutions. And a lot of times the resolutions, they work for some, but not always for others. Or we get started on a resolution and we take off, and the first week we're all gung-ho and ready, go. And then week 2 comes around and we find ourselves slowing down a little bit. By the time week 3 comes around, we see that in the gym. The first month it's really busy.
Right,
so
right.
resolutions are great, but sometimes they're really hard to stick with. So
yeah.
we have something that we wanted to share this month, something that Randy learned in his coaching teaching, when he studied for his life coaching, and they're called S.M.A.R.T goals. And S.M.A.R.T, S-M-A.R.T, that is just an acronym for some other words that we're going to share with you. So each week in the month of January, we're going to talk about a different part of the S.M.A.R.T goals process. So I'll just tell you real briefly what they are, and then Randy's going to share a little bit more on what they are, how they work, how to apply them, and then each week we'll bring you more of those SMART goals so that you too can implement them in your life, and they can be used in all areas of life. So
Right.
SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T, the S in SMART stands for specific. That's going to be our first week. The M is measurable. The A is attainable. The R is relevant, and the T will be time specific.
Yes.
So you want to share a little bit about your experience in what you learned from these SMART goals, how you might apply those to what you do, and then we can kind of go into the details, I guess, and share that.
Yeah, I think like even when I was going to the coaching school and learning this kind of stuff, there was a lot of things during the schooling that we use a SMART goal for to develop what we're our niche, what we were looking to do, so on and so forth. So it's like Cathy said, a lot of us start off with these resolutions, and I would say, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to say 90+%, they never follow through with the resolution. I mean, it's well intended.
It's a good start,
Yeah,
but
it's a
then
good
it kind of
start.
fizzles out.
It just kind of fizzles out. Where coaching, you're actually, SMART goals, you're actually going to work with a mentor or a coach, and they're the ones that are going to hold you accountable for achieving certain steps of your SMART goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is important. If you're struggling, they're going to help you. As coaches, we'll help you work through those struggles.
Can you give a little example of how that accountability takes place?
Well, it's like, let's just say that I use Cathy, right, as a coach. She can't be a coach. She's my wife. She can't be my coach.
I can coach him all right.
Oh, yeah, she can coach me all right. Well, let's not go there, okay? I mean, I got a persona to keep.
Okay, that's right.
Right, when you're not there, I'm the boss.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know that, right? So, anyways, I said, okay, what's your goal, Randy? What do you want to achieve this year? He says, well, I wanna really get my muscle mass back up and my muscle and my body fat back down. So I'm gonna start going to the gym and riding my bike more often. Okay, what does that look like, Randy? Well, let's say I'm gonna go to the gym for 3 days a week, and then 3 days a week I'll ride my bike. Okay, cool. That sounds like a um, pretty good goal. And on a scale of 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
give it a rating of how apt you are to follow through with that every week. Right. So I say, well, that's 7. Now let's be real, it's 7. Right. And then as a coach, my job would be, or Kathy's job would be, to say, well, what will we have to do to make that a 10? Okay. That doesn't mean it's going to be a 10 right now, but
Right.
What will we have to do to get there?
To get to that point.
And then meeting with your coach every week, they would go over your goal for the week, right? Did you accomplish the things you set out in your goals for this week? Well, I kind of accomplished it. I didn't accomplish that. Okay, tell me what got in the way of you accomplishing one of your goals, right?
That's good.
Did you take on too much? So you have this discussion back and forth trying to figure out, was the goal too big of a goal, right? Was it an unattainable goal for this early on in the game, right? Or did things come up in life that it just couldn't, I'm sorry,
you got
it
sick,
just happened,
got busy.
Right? And so that's what the coach will help you determine, and then ways to work through any kind of a catch or hiccup that's in your goal. Goal, right?
I think I love the fact that you have an accountability person in this.
Right.
Unlike a resolution, you're doing it all on your own. It's like, oh, where do I go?
Right.
But this is beautiful because you have somebody else doing it with you.
Exactly. And here's the deal, though. This is really important. The fact that you're paying somebody to hold you accountable and coach you makes it even better.
Right.
Right? Because now it's like, you're paying me to make sure that you are obtaining your goals. And we're going to discuss what the hang-ups are. What can we do better?
Yeah.
Did you just have a bad week? Okay,
it's
fine.
skin in the game at that point.
It's got skin in the game. It's really important that the skin is in the game. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Otherwise, it's like, I don't have to call, Randy next week. I don't have to talk to him.
Yeah. No accountability.
No accountability whatsoever.
That's good.
So, that's kind of what it looks like setting goals. In a rough roundabout way, you can use your goals for physical. You can use your goals for business. You can use your goals for your personal, for your marriage. You can set emotional goals. There's a lot of recovery goals.
A lot of healing can take place using
a lot
these
of
SMART
healing
goals.
using these goals, right, in numerous ways.
Yeah. So it's not just limited to physical. That's the first thing people think about when you think, I'm going to get in better shape at the beginning of the year. So that's great. So why don't you just kind of get into telling us about like the first one?
Okay, well, first of all, with the SMART goals, there's a how-to. And it says this: that dreams are unrefined hopes, cost-free aspirations we might do someday. Converting a dream or change objective to a goal is a decision to take tangible steps to pursue it.
I love that.
Well, we're dreaming. Doesn't cost us to dream. We can dream all day long, but with a goal, we're converting that into some tangible action steps.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Goals are specific future targets that we are committed to becoming or accomplishing in an action-oriented, time-specific way.
Action.
Action.
There's work there. Action.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. In this journey of recovery, whatever it is. And remember, when we speak about recovery, we're speaking not about drugs and alcohol, although that's part of recovery for some people, but we're recovering the people that God created us to be.
Right. That's good.
There's always action that takes place.
Right.
If you're one that believes that you can just accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, which we believe you must do, right? And then you can pray about it and everything's just going to walk away, you're wrong.
Yeah,
I don't have time to go on this podcast. There's countless areas in the Bible that will explain the action steps that people took to be healed.
Right.
Okay?
That's good.
So it's action. So you got to, choose a dream, whatever your dream might be. Okay. You might choose 3, 4, or 5 dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. And not number them from 1 to 5, the highest priority or lowest priority. Okay. That way, when you sit down with a coach, you can sit there and you can talk about these dreams and what. Sometimes I know me is like my number 1 dream or goal. Actually, the number 5 goal was actually the one that I really had to achieve first, but I put it down there because it was a harder one to achieve.
So you try to go the easy way
you got
first.
an easy route out, right?
Yeah.
You got to remember that growth is not easy. It hurts. It's painful.
There's painful.
Right?
There's work to be done. Yep, definitely.
So, if you're creating a growth goal, choose an area of your life you want to work on with your coach. Then try to define the outcome you are after. What will the change you want to make look like in concrete terms? You're going to write these down in concrete terms because this is what you're looking to achieve, right? I want to be a millionaire. Well, that's really not a very good, that's a goal, but there's not very specific, right? But I'll go over a couple of them here in a second. So,
but what I like about this is that it talks about a list of them but what we're only going to focus on one at a time.
One at a time.
And I think what happens, a lot of people get overwhelmed because there's so many goals that they have that they become so overwhelmed and so it becomes chaotic that then they just kind of give up.
Well, I think, when I think about it, they got all these balls in the air. Okay?
That's what I picture.
And then they got some very well-intended friends in their life, right? And you got all these friends telling you, well, work on this and do this and work on that. But they're not helping you achieve or come up with ways to achieve these different goals that you got thrown in the air, right? That's why a coach is very important because we're going to help you be very specific
and define.
We're not going to tell you which one you want. You know deep inside the goal that you really want to achieve, and we're just going to discuss them and figure out what maybe goal 1 is only step 1 into getting a goal into getting another different goal 5, right? Goal 5 might be the ultimate goal that you want, but but the goal 1 is your first step to get the number. So there's just a lot to think about when it comes to setting these goals.
And it's so important to have somebody like a life coach that is doing that with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
And so the first thing that we have to do in the SMART goals, we have to make it smart. Okay? It's just, we have to make it smart, period. Okay? And SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time specific. Use the definitions below as a guide for refining your goal, then record it on a worksheet. Okay?
So you're going to go through that with a potential client. You'll be able to go through each of those steps with them.
Right, exactly.
And provide them the documentation and worksheets to do so.
And in fact, if they're listening to this podcast, we're going to go through it with them
right now
on each episode.
Yep.
Because we're going to hit all these
areas. But then what do you do with them?
Right.
That's where we come into play.
Okay, and that's where we come into play.
Yeah, that's great.
So a goal is specific when you can describe it concretely to others. I mean, concretely.
It's not
no hesitation. No, well, I don't know. Or, somebody says, what if this happens? Oh, I never thought about that. Maybe I'll change it. Concrete. Okay? Something that, like I say, you sit down with a life coach, and you talk about it together, and then you might even think about it for another week or so and say, okay, this is really where I want to go.
Before you implement it. Yeah, okay? That's good.
Right.
Good.
So, and the SMART goal, it's a goal. It's specific when you can describe it concretely to others. And that's the trick. Okay. So here's an example. Okay. Here's an example. I want to be wealthy is not a specific goal. I want to be wealthy is not a specific goal. Okay.
We all do.
How much money is that? I mean, what is wealth to you? Do you want to be wealthy financially? And if so, how much money is that? Do you want to be wealthy spiritually, emotionally?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Okay,
Yeah.
it needs to be defined.
It's not very
concretely.
specific yet.
Yeah, it's not specific yet. We got to define it concretely.
Yeah.
I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40, or I want to be able to retire at my current income when I'm 60 is specific. Okay? What is it? I want to be a millionaire, okay? And I want it by the time I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I want to be able to retire at my current income when I'm 60 is specific.
So that's giving an idea of the goal, and it's giving a specific time frame.
Exactly.
In that example,
right?
That's perfect. That's
so
great.
That's how you come up with a specific goal. You make it concrete. That you can explain it concretely to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hesitation, right? This is what I'm looking like, right? Because I want to be a millionaire, but or by the time I'm 65, I want to play my guitar like Pepe. And Pepe was my instructor. It's like, come on, I'm 60. That's 5 years. That guy's got a lifetime.
You're 65 already.
I'm 65. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He didn't get there. He wasn't specific on his goal at that time. So you can see how not being specific doesn't allow you to get to that.
But the reality is that for me to set that goal in 5 years, I'm 65, and by the time I'm 70, I want to play the guitar as well as Pepe Romero, is an unattainable goal. Because the guy's got a lifetime. He's one of the all-time Spanish guitar players in the world.
Not as specific.
Even if I said I want to be like my maestro, Anthony Arizaga, in 5 years, same thing.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. We have to be realistic about the goal.
That's good. And that's where a life coach comes into play, because we can pose questions
right.
to make sure that it is a realistic goal. We don't want to set you up for failure. We want to set you up to reach that goal and to accomplish it.
Right. Because we're not going to do the work.
No. And there's a hard work that has to go into that.
And I think that's where there's a lot of misconception is that there is a lot of hard work. We have to understand that anytime we're going through personal change, you're going to feel some shame, you're going to feel some pain, and you're going to feel it's going to be very difficult. And if it's not, right, then you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Because growth and change is hard and painful at times.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It's costly.
You're stepping out of a comfort zone. You're stepping out of a way of belief that maybe you believed in for all your life.
Yeah, that's really good.
And you're stretching yourself to new areas.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some of that. And again, that's where the coaches are going to come in and help you work through those times of self-doubt.
Right.
Okay?
And when you have that self-doubt, that's when you need a coach the most. That's when a coach can just be present and listen and encourage and bring you out of that kind of funk that you might be in, so that you can move forward on that goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, falling back on a resolution, you're kind of doing it all by yourself. So it's no wonder we give in. We have no support. We have no accountability to anybody else typically in a resolution.
And let's face it, everybody's faced a lot of challenges in life and a lot of letdowns in life. And so I personally know, and so does Cathy, how discouraging it can be when you're let down or when things don't go the way that you've worked so hard for them to go. And
I'm a runner by nature, so if I get in a tight spot where I'm really struggling, I want to run, and I know that that's not what I need to do. Today I know that, but I'll still attempt the run, and then I have to come back and say, no, stop, take action, what's going on?
Yeah, she
catch
really,
myself.
She does that a lot with us, in between us, when we're having a discussion, and I call her on something in a loving, even if it's a loving way.
Yeah.
She don't like it.
I don't like this life coach guy of mine.
She'll run.
I want to. I don't always, but I want to, and I will attempt it. But then I do come back, and it's one of those areas that I have to work on daily.
Yeah. So again, it's that being open-minded and honest about everything.
Yeah, open and willing, I think, is the biggest key to that.
But don't be afraid to trip on these journeys either.
Yeah.
Because that's growth. We don't look at anything as being I failed, right? Or I was wrong. No,
right.
Well, first of all, if you're working towards a goal and you're doing the work necessary to the best of your ability, honestly, to the best of your. It's not a failure.
No.
You're learning. What did you learn when things didn't go the way you wanted them to go?
Yeah, it's almost like I remember the first few times we went snow skiing.
Yeah.
How many times did I fall? I fell, or I'd slide, and it's like if you're not
You
falling,
slid more than you skied.
I slid more than I skied. But if you're not falling, you're not learning, and you're not picking yourself
Right,
up
exactly.
and moving forward again.
No.
And I think that that's what a lot of life learning. That's what we have to go through to grow.
Well, we get.
Or we just stay in our own little bubble, and if you're okay with that, I guess.
Yeah, we get in a place where we're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we don't go outside. And it's, referring back to the skiing was a great analogy. And I had the same thing. I can remember I was going up a chairlift with an older gentleman, right? And he asked me how I was doing, and we talked. I said, "Man, I just don't feel like I'm growing, like I'm getting any better, and blah 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 blah." Right? And he goes, "Let me ask you one question." He goes, "Are you falling a lot?" Heck, no, I don't fall. He goes, "That's your problem.
Yeah, that's good.
You're not stretching yourself. You're stuck in an area.
You're staying comfortable.
You're staying comfortable right now. You need to start stretching yourself. You need to fall. You got the gear. You got the equipment. Don't worry about falling."
Don't slide like me. Well, I guess if you slide, you can get back up again.
For those of you know Randy.
Yeah, he had to do everything perfectly the first time.
And then
how many of us feel like that?
And then when I fell, it usually ended up with a hospital visit.
Oh yeah. No, we didn't want him to fall. So, I'm just excited about this month, though. This whole SMART goal. So,
so we'll continue this every week. Next week we'll be talking about measurable. Okay. So grab your pencil, paper.
Take notes.
Yeah, take notes. If you're listening, write down some goals that you think you want to try to accomplish, in the first 6 months of the year, or just in the next month. Or remember, some of the goals you can obtain pretty quick, but maintaining the goals is still going to require work.
Right.
Until it becomes a daily habit in your life.
Okay? And it's a whole new routine.
Right, whole routine.
So, talking about these next few weeks, our call to action this month is exciting. We are offering a free 30-minute life coaching consultation to get you started on your SMART goals. So if you're interested in life coaching and you're wanting to do something different with your life, you want to make some changes in your life, go ahead and reach out to us at changeyourlifestorynow.com.
There's a contact form.
There's a contact form in there. You can sign up there. We will be in touch with you if you're looking to get a free 30-minute consultation. We would love to meet with you. Also, we would like you to contact us through Change Your Life Story Now. We're going to be putting out a once-a-month e-newsletter, and it will be on topics that we're talking about for that month. And so we're building our email list now. You can go to the information form on changeyourlifestorynow.com, send us a note that you would like to be on that email list.
I think if they fill out that contact form, they check the box that they want to get emails. They also get a free copy download of 30-Day Devotional.
Yes, and that's a PDF, so it's not like you have to wait for a book to be delivered.
No,
it's a PDF download, so that's great. And the other thing we'd like you to do is to make sure you like and share on all our social media platforms. Healing Courageously and Change Your Life Story Now are both on Facebook as well as Instagram. When you see a post, if you can like and share it, we would really appreciate that. We know that there's so many out there that can benefit from these two resources, and we want to make sure that we spread the word and share with them as much as possible. So continue to like and share those encouraging quotes, any type of, sometimes we'll have a reel that might pop up on there, so please go ahead and like and share and pass that along. And then my final pitch here is for our foundation, the Courageous Healers Foundation, which is a nonprofit foundation that helps men, women, and families heal from the scars of trauma. Everybody has experienced trauma of some sort in their life, and so we rely solely on donations to help those people that are in need. We charge very little to no cost to those based upon their financial opportunities and statuses. So any donation that you make helps cover the cost and the expense of that. So you can make a donation, whether it's a one-time donation or it is a monthly donation. You can set yourself up on a monthly donation. Anything from $5, $100, $1,000, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are comfortable and your financial means allows you to do. We just ask that you go to the Courageous Healers changeyourlife.org website, and you'll find the donation button there. And then anyway,
or they can pray for us too.
and you know what? Yeah, prayer is always beneficial at any time. So if you don't have the means from a financial situation at this time, just keep us in prayer. Keep the foundation in prayer that the needs of the people will be met through donations. And then you wanted to share about your books.
Share about the books before I do that. Just on the coaching side, understand that we're coaches. I'm a certified SMBIS facilitator, so we do marriage coaching. The SMBIS is an absolute hoot to do. Fun. It's an assessment. It's 99.9% accurate. It's just absolutely an amazing assessment. So we do marriage counseling, couples counseling, or coaching. I do addiction coaching. We do trauma coaching. We do all sorts, all phases of coaching.
You can check out the website, changeyourlifestorynow.com. It gives you all the different areas that we can help you with.
And if you happen to be a man that was abused and, are not sure what to do and are afraid that, hey, I don't want to, it's pretty shameful to expose myself as a man, go to the Courageous Healers Foundation website, courageoushealers.org. Go to that website and you can read my story on there. You're not alone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a survivor myself, and I've been blessed by God that every day I just can't believe that I'm where I'm at today.
No, me neither.
Compared to where I was 17 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's it's been an amazing journey, and everybody deserves that. It just takes being a little bit vulnerable to say, okay, I'm ready. I've had enough. So,
absolutely.
And then your books?
In my book, Healing the Wounded Child Within, is available on Amazon and paperback, Kindle, and on Audible. We also have that book available in Spanish, which is available on Amazon and paperback and Kindle. And our 30-day devotional to wholeness is on, that's paperback. I believe it might be Kindle. I can't remember.
You can go to Amazon and just look them up. They're all there for you.
They're all there. You can get them all
Whatever
there.
Whatever options you choose.
Exactly. So please do that. That helps the foundation too.
Yes.
We're just moving forward, trying to help whoever we can help in this world. So we have one friend that she was with us last week, or two. Actually, you saw her on a podcast this week. She talked about my book. She just raves about it to this day. So, anyways, I think that's it. Enough rambling on for us. So, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys got something out of this.
Make sure you come back. Come back next Monday and the following, because we're not done with SMART goals. We're just tipped the iceberg today.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, if nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does.
Cathy does.
More importantly, God
does.
Be blessed, everybody. Have a great week, and love yourself.
This has been Healing Courageously with Randy Boyd. We will have a new episode every Monday. Please like us on iTunes or Google Play. If you would like to know more about the services available from Randy, please visit him at changeyourlifestorynow.com. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you next week. And remember, if nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does.